If you're billing time to your Jira projects, you can track that revenue in your Cost Tracker project. Cost Tracker for Tempo Timesheets is a simple yet powerful app that transforms the tracked time on Jira issues into costs and paints a clear and simple picture of your project's financial health. In this video, I'll show you how to track revenue in a Cost Tracker project. The only type of revenue that Cost Tracker considers is what's generated from the billable hours that are logged to a Jira project. So let's take a look at how you set this up. I'll start off in my work in Tempo Timesheets. I click the Cost Tracker icon to open it, and I'm on the home page where I can see all the projects to which I have access. For this SharePort project, my team is creating a knowledge portal for one of our clients. Most of the team members are billing their hours to this project, so I want to track that revenue. When I open it, I go to the overview. I can see my fixed expenses in light blue and the labor costs in dark blue. And here's its scope with the labor costs. I can see the cost and time spent on each Jira issue. Now I can track the revenue. I'll click Configuration up here, and then select Rates on the left. This is the cost rate that's used to calculate the labor costs. And to get revenue, I flip the Revenue Tracking switch, and these options appear. First, I set an hourly billing rate to use for all the team members, and it's shown here for them beside the cost rate. Cost Tracker calculates the revenue by multiplying the number of hours logged to the project by this billing rate. So let me explain a bit about what's considered billable hours for Cost Tracker. My team members have logged their hours using the billable field in Tempo Timesheets, so this billing rate is applied only to these hours. And if you're wondering how to get that billable field for logging time, I'll show you. First off, you need to have Jira admin permissions to do this. Then go to the Project Permissions, select the permission scheme for your project, and grant Set Billable Hours to each person who needs to bill their time. Cost Tracker currently uses only the billable field for revenue tracking, but using billable accounts should be available in the future. So what if my team members didn't log their time using the billable field? That's actually not a problem. The billing rate is then simply applied to all the hours logged to a project. One more thing to know is that issues, such as vacations or sickness, are not included in Cost Tracker's revenue calculations. And that's because these hours are logged to what's called internal issues. So you may want to check that internal issues are properly configured for Tempo Timesheets for your company. You can check them here in the settings. Only these ones will be ignored by Cost Tracker. So let's get back to those revenues. This hourly billing rate works for most of the team, but Amy Mitchell works at a higher billing rate than the others because she's so awesome. And now this rate will be used for all of her billable hours on the project. David is also awesome, but his hours are not being billed for this particular project, so I'll change that to 0. And that's what I need to do to set up for revenue tracking. Now to see the results, I go back to the scope view, and the revenue shows up as a purple line on the graph here. And you can also see the revenue and billable hours information down here. I can compare the revenue with the cost here to see how the labor costs are offset by the revenue. Now I'll check the overview where the generated revenue is also shown as a purple line on the graph. When I compare the revenue to total cost, it looks like my project isn't quite profitable after all the expenses have been considered. So even though the news isn't great, I can now clearly see the revenue in relation to my project's costs. So that's how easy it is to track the revenue of your project in Cost Tracker. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out the other Cost Tracker videos and our Help Center.